signaling a possible diplomatic opening. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian has now told the Russian President Vladimir Putin that Tehran is ready for a balanced and fair agreement to ensure stable peace and security. According to the Iranian state media, Pezeshkian has said that Iran is willing to cooperate with regional neighbors without external interference, and also added that a deal would be possible if the United States adheres to international legal frameworks. So Iran once again hinting that they could be ready for conversations and negotiations with the United States, and they are also claiming that they're ready to cooperate with their Gulf neighbors. Now, that is something that they had also said during the peak of the war, when they also claimed that they would not attack their regional partners and also the Middle Eastern countries, but that promise was broken very shortly after, and attacks continued on energy infrastructure in the Middle East, possibly to put pressure on the United States. Now, once again, Iran and its President Masoud Pezeshkian is now saying that they are willing to cooperate with regional neighbors, but without any external interference, and also added that a deal could only be possible if the United States adheres to the international legal frameworks. More breaking news coming in. We are hearing that the sharp diplomatic tensions continue over Iran's nuclear program and also the Strait of Hormuz, because according to a senior US government official, Iran has rejected America's demands to end the uranium enrichment and also dismantle key nuclear facilities and halt support for regional armed groups, including the Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis. The United States also claims that Tehran has refused to agree to the full reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, a key global shipping route. The developments also highlight a widening gap between both sides, with core issues in the negotiations still being unresolved despite ongoing diplomatic engagement. So clearly, while on the one hand, you have the Americans now saying that they are going to enter the Strait of Hormuz to demine it and also to create a blockade to ensure that eventually at some point there will be straight passage. It also appears, like Donald Trump had hinted in his post earlier today, that the nuclear enrichment program is a major choke point, in fact, between these two countries, Iran and the United States, as they continue to negotiate. In fact, while experts maintain that there could be some back-channel talks, at least at the moment, it appears that the United States and Iran, the conversations between the two countries have broken down. Going back to Rishabh on this. So, Rishabh, the United States government also making it clear that the key demand of ending uranium enrichment and also dismantling their nuclear facilities have been outrightly rejected by Iran.
Well, one thing is very clear. Iran has learned it hard way. While, when in 90s and early 2000s, countries that were being isolated by U.S. Were working on nuclear. We remember, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei issued a fatwa against acquiring a nuclear weapon in Iran. North Korea did the opposite and acquired the nuclear weapon. One can say that Pakistan sold that technology and whatnot, but it did, by hook or crook, had a nuclear weapon. Iran did not do that, and see what is happening in 2026. While everyone knows that there is a nuclear weapon in North Korea, but no one dares to go against North Korea. There are statements and counter statements, but there is nothing, military action against North Korea. On the other hand, we have seen how Iran has been sanctioned, Iran is being attacked, and now Iran to understand that, nuclear weapon, possessing a nuclear weapon is not just strength, but it is also a deterrence that one should have.
Absolutely. And Iran making it clear that they will not accept any demands that include stopping of the enrichment of uranium. Thank you, Rishabh, for joining us on the broadcast and giving us those details. Moving on, viewers, more breaking news coming in. The IDF now says that they have uncovered a weapons cache inside a hospital in Bint Jabil, which they claim was being used by the Hezbollah for militant activity. And according to the IDF, several operatives were identified conducting surveillance and also firing at Israeli troops from within the hospital, following which they were targeted and eliminated. The military further claims that around 20 militants were killed inside the compound. And with that, viewers, a short break, but more news and updates on the other side.